So Apple just dropped its latest macOS beta, Tahoe 26.3. And, on the surface, it kind of looks like a nothing burger, a minor buggy update. But if you look just a little bit closer, what you'll find is a battlefield, a fight for the very future of Apple's entire ecosystem. Let's get into it. And I'm not kidding when I say people are not happy. The folks who live and breathe this stuff, developers, early adopters, they're pretty vocal. The consensus online is, well, it's frustration. I mean, look at this quote. People are calling it depressing. They're saying it adds absolutely nothing new, while, keeping all the old bugs around. And honestly, looking at it from the outside, they've got a point. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the biggest, most revolutionary changes are the ones you can't even see? I mean, what if this beta is secretly hiding two enormous, completely contradictory projects, both happening at the exact same time? All right, so to really get to that hidden story, we first have to talk about the stuff that's right there in your face, the visible problems. And trust me, this beta's user experience is it's messy. We're talking about a super controversial new design and just a whole host of frustrating flaws. Okay, first up, this new liquid glass design. People have already nicknamed it liquid smudge, and for good reason. It makes text a real pain to read because of how transparent everything is. On top of that, the design is just inconsistent all over the place. You've got apps with different corner styles. It just looks sloppy. And then there are the performance hits, which are very, very real. We're talking significant battery drain and bugs in popular apps like Slack and Discord that are literally causing laptops to overheat. Yeah, it's a mess. Now, with all these issues, you'd be forgiven for thinking this was just some minor patch that they rushed out the door. But look at this table. This tells a completely different story. This wasn't minor at all. This was a huge, coordinated release across all of Apple's platforms. We're talking macOS, iOS, watchOS, even visionOS. So that begs the question, right? Why would Apple pour so much engineering effort into an update that from the outside just seems to make everything worse? Well, the answer? It's hidden under the hood. Okay, let's peel back that first layer. This is where we find the first of those two invisible projects. Apple is quietly building the foundation for its next-generation AI. And what this is really all about is finally giving Siri a brain that can actually do things for you. So to understand what Apple's doing, you have to understand the core problem they're trying to solve. It's called the context gap. Think about it. These incredibly powerful AI models, like the ones that power ChatGPT, they're amazing, but they're basically stuck in the cloud. They have no idea what's on your computer, they can't see your files, your local data, your apps, and that is exactly why Siri is so limited right now. It just doesn't have the context of your digital life. So what's Apple's big solution? Well, hidden away in this new macOS beta is something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. The best way to think about it is like a universal translator. It's a standard system-level way for any AI to securely talk to any app or piece of data on your device. It's the bridge across that context gap. And this right here is the perfect analogy. It's like a USB-C port, but for AI, right? You don't have a dozen different cables for all your hard drives and monitors anymore. You just use USB-C. That's exactly what MCP is designed to be, that one universal standard for AI, a single port to connect it to all your tools. One port to rule them all, basically. So how does it actually work? It's pretty elegant, really. There are three parts. First, you have the host. That's macOS itself, acting as the intelligent hub. Then you have the client, which securely shuffles data back and forth between the AI and your apps. And the real magic is the server. Developers only have to build one little adapter for their app, say for Slack or GitHub. And once they do that, boom. Their app can instantly and securely talk to Siri or any other AI living on the system. So why should you care about all this technical plumbing? Because this is the groundwork for what's called agentic AI. We're talking about a future where Siri isn't just a glorified timer. Imagine a Siri that can actually analyze your server logs, cross-reference something in your notes, and then go and draft a Jira ticket for you, all from one command. That's the future they're building the plumbing for, an assistant that can genuinely, actually help you with your real work. But here's where things get really interesting, because at the exact same time Apple is building this incredibly integrated AI future, this very same update shows they're being forced to do the complete opposite. They're being forced to start tearing down their famous walled garden, all because of pressure from regulators in Europe. Yeah, the next set of features we're about to look at, these were not on Apple's to-do list, not by a long shot. These are a direct consequence of the EU's Digital Markets Act, or the DMA. And the whole point of that law is to break up these big tech walled gardens and give you, the user, more choice. And first up is a brand new tool called Transfer to Android. And honestly, it's surprisingly comprehensive. We're talking about the ability to move your photos, your messages, your notes, your passwords, even your apps straight over to an Android phone. Think about that. Apple is literally building an off-ramp from its own ecosystem. But, of course, there's a catch. Pay close attention to what you can't take with you. All that valuable health data you've collected? Nope. Your Bluetooth pairings for your headphones and speakers stays behind. And those protected or locked notes? They're not going anywhere either. So yeah, it's compliance, but it's compliance with a big ol' asterisk next to it. It's all designed to create just enough friction to make you think twice about leaving. This next one is maybe even more telling. It's a new feature called notification forwarding. See, to comply with the DMA, Apple now has to let you send your iPhone notifications to a third-party watch, like a Garmin or something. But here's the kicker. The instant you enable this feature for that other watch, notifications on your own Apple Watch get completely disabled. It's not an and situation, it's an or. It's like Apple is saying, sure, you can support our competitor, but we're going to make our own product worse for you if you do. So let's put it all together. What you have in this one single beta release is a snapshot of Apple at a major fork in the road. It's a company being pulled in two completely opposite directions, all at the same time. Okay, look at this. On one side, you have Apple's internal vision. This is their proactive strategy, right? They're building this incredible agentic AI that's designed to make their ecosystem so good, so intelligent, that you'd never want to leave. But on the other side, you have this external pressure. This is a reactive strategy, forced on them by the EU, to literally dismantle that very same walled garden and give users an easy way out. And that, right there, is the real story hiding inside this supposedly boring update. What you're really seeing is a company building a taller, more beautiful, more intelligent walled garden with one hand, while being forced by law to install emergency exit gates with the other. So what does this all mean for you? It's pretty wild when you think about it. One massive project is designed to lock you into the Apple ecosystem forever with superior intelligence that just works. The other massive project is designed to give you the freedom to leave whenever you want. So the big question is, who really has more control over the future of the phone in your pocket? Is it Apple or is it the EU? That's what this update really makes you wonder.